Good morning. We're going to jump right in today. Happy, wonderful Wednesday to you. I hope you are having a beautiful, blessed day. Yes, I am in my car, so this is a little bit different. You won't be able to see my face, but you can hear me, and that's more than enough. Anyway, we're going to jump right in. Money is not the root of all evil. God just put this in my spirit. He's like, money is not the root of all evil, but the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, not money itself, but the love of it. And so it got my wheels to thinking. I started thinking on that thing because I was like, okay, well, I mean, all the folks in the Bible, they had money, gold, riches, all this different stuff. And so he took me to Solomon. He's like, okay, well, what did Solomon ask for? And you get to thinking about it, and it's like, and y'all excuse me because I'm on my way. I got a hefty schedule this morning, as I'm sure you do as well. But anyway, Solomon asked for, he didn't ask for money. He asked for wisdom, knowledge, all of these different things. He didn't ask for the dollar. He didn't ask for the dollar sign. Although he could have, of all the things that he asked for, he asked for wisdom. And it was interesting to me because Proverbs tell us, in all you're getting, make sure you get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. These things will guide your life. They will direct your path. They will put you in the place that you need to be. And then it went on to say, where over in Proverbs, where God will sit there and tell you, don't be surety for another person. Don't you put your name on something, especially if you know it has some type of debt or some form of collection involved in regard to it. So what is all of this saying? And yes, I know this is another one where it's like, really? You gonna make us chew this and try to swallow it and digest it and be okay with that? Yes, because this is where we are, and this is how we get better. Too long have we been fed with the sugar spoon and, oh, it's gonna be okay, and the pats on the back. No, we need to get it together. We got to get it together. So here's the way that God gave it to me. He's like, Solomon didn't ask me for no dollars. Solomon asked me for wisdom, to know what to do, how to operate. And it made me start thinking, a lot of times we have developed a relationship. We have developed a relationship with the dollar sign instead of allowing the dollar sign to be an acquaintance, or more so a form of an associate. There's a difference, because when you think about your social life, you have some people that you're acquainted with, that you know of, that you know about, that you have general conversation with, things of that nature. But then you have those that you have developed a full relationship with. I mean, you are tied to, entangled with, years. That's a relationship, okay? And so what I'm finding is, and just stick with me for a minute, because I know it's like, what is she talking about this morning? Where are you going with this? I'm finding that when you have developed a relationship with the dollar sign, then everything you do, all of your actions, how you operate, how you choose to present yourself, how you choose to handle your money, handle finances, how you choose to make purchases, everything is connected and surrounded by that relationship that you have with the dollar. But if you look at it from a standpoint of, okay, the dollar is an associate or an acquaintance of mine, or yes, I know the dollar, but I'm not entangled and wrapped up and just so tied into the point where it controls my life, then I can almost guarantee you, no, better yet, I can guarantee you that your life will become better and your finances will get better. Okay, what do you mean, Torsha? Okay, so here's where if you have an issue or you are in a relationship versus an acquaintance, or just knowing, or general social type of acquaintance with money. If you are, here's where you have some form of financial or material disease. If you come into something, or if you purchase something and that particular tangible item brings you pleasure, and if you have to disconnect with it, and in your disconnecting with it, you become depressed. You start thinking about what other people are going to think about you. You feel like you're less than a person because you no longer have. You feel like you're just not going to be able to make it. And the only way you can make it is if you are still in possession of or have that thing. Then that is a material disease. That is a financial disease. And a lot of times we don't want to face this. If I don't have that car, if I don't have that house, if I don't have that bag, if I don't have that piece of jewelry, if I don't have this type of monetary situation or whatever the case may be, and if they come and get it today, I don't care if it's killing me in the process. Okay? I don't care if I have to put in 60, 70, 80 hours a week to have it. As long as I have it, I'm okay, because I cannot disconnect from it. Because if I disconnect from that, then I'm less of a person, and I'll go into depression mode, and I'm going to start thinking, what are other people going to think of me? That's a material disease. That's a financial disease. That is when you know you have developed a relationship with the dollar sign versus allowing that dollar sign to be an acquaintance or more of a general social factor. Okay, now what that means is, instead of entangling and connecting and binding ourselves to the dollar sign, we need to disconnect from it in a relationship standpoint, and we need to get binded and acquainted with and just completely entangled with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because when you get entangled and bound to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the wisdom is going to direct you on how to properly and adequately utilize your finances. This is why no matter how much money you get, if you don't have the proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to manage it, it won't matter how much you have. This is why when you worked at job A and you wanted to leave job A so you can go to job B to get more money, and you got job B and you got more money, and then you stayed there for a minute, and then job C came along and you was like, I'm leaving job B to go to job C because they giving me more money, and the pattern kept going. This is why you're still like, well, what's the issue? The issue is not the dollar sign. It's the relationship that you have with it, yet the manageability factor has not been mastered. Because the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding needed, y'all, to live the abundant and the prosperous life. God says, above all things, I wish that you prosper and be in great health. So how is it that, okay, in one regard, you are prospering, you have all these things, but you stressed out? You can't make it from day to day. You on this, you on that. Your pressure up. That is not prospering and being in good health. They come together. When Solomon got wisdom, he got wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the riches of the kingdom. He was able to do and go about his daily life. He was not stressed out. He wasn't trying to figure out, oh my God, what am I have to do to keep these? He wasn't going through that. Because when you start with the right foundation and the right principles, your money will then work for you. How do you know this? Your money will work for you when you disconnect the relationship from the dollar sign and you replace that with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Then you begin to say, okay, I have $50. What is the best way for me to be a steward with these $50 that God has provided me with? The first thing I'm going to do is do what he told me to do and do my tithe. because I know that is going to get, like, that's going to be in strict obedience to what he's asked me to do. Okay, now God, what is it that you would have me to do with the remaining portion of this dollar that you've provided me with? Now he's giving you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of how to properly utilize those funds. So now that 50 has grown into 500. Okay, God, I now have 500. I'm going to do my tithe. Now, God, what would you have me to do with the remainder of this money? Now that 500 has grown into 5,000. Okay, because now you have detached from needing a need to have a relationship with the dollar sign. But guess what's now happening? The dollar sign now has a need to want to have an acquaintance, a social life, a relationship with you. You're not chasing the dollar. The dollar is now attracting itself to you, because of the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding that you are getting and continue to obtain in relation to how it is that God wants you to utilize the monies and the funding that he's providing. And then money, the dollar sign, then goes back to say to its friends. It goes back to its friends, because the dollar sign has friends too, y'all. It does. So it goes back to its friends and it says, hey, I found somebody who knows how to treat us right, somebody who knows how to adequately provide and take care of us, somebody who knows how to make our family get bigger, how to multiply our family. Y'all, come on, let's go over here. It's the same way. It's the law. That's how it works, y'all. So what happens is the dollar sign goes back and it begins to gather all of its friends, family, word of mouth. Hey, y'all, I know where we can multiply at. I know where we won't get divided and split up and have to be all over the place, where we can grow together. We can do it over here. I've seen it happening. So now the dollar sign gets attracted to you. And all you're doing is you're constantly connecting to God, who is our forever source from beginning, middle, end, Alpha and Omega. This is the meaning of kingdom. Okay, going to him in all things through prayer and supplication. This is how you advance. But you got to detach from some things. Once you detach from the dollar sign in a relationship format, meaning, okay, it's not the dollar sign that gets, you know how I know? I'm going to use a practical example for you. I'm going to give you a practical example. If you have a car and you have to have insurance and you got to go get some insurance on your car, I don't care how many dollars you got in. Okay, let me back up. Let's say you get stopped by the police and you don't have insurance, but you got dollars in your pocket right then to go get you some insurance. That police don't care nothing about them dollars you got in your pocket. Even though you have the ability to go and get you some insurance and you show him them dollars, he ain't gonna care nothing about that, because either one or two things: you finna get this ticket, your car, or he finna take this car, or both. Okay? Now, when you go to the insurance agent's office or wherever, you can do it online, however they do that, your dollars are good for trade purposes, because you need something from them. You know what you need from them? You need something that's called a binder. So that insurance agent or whatever that rep is going to say, hey, this is how much it is. In return for these dollars,